It's Tarot Tuesday. So this reading is going to be about the Sturgeon Full Moon, which was tonight, like this morning-ish, last night-ish. So if you don't know what a sturgeon is, it is a kind of fish, and it's very plentiful during this full moon. It's very easy to catch. So this tarot reading is all about the abundance that is coming your way. All right, so before we get started, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe, comment Ascension below if this resonated, and obviously share with those people that you care most about. Don't forget to join our Ascension Temple on Patreon, where we learn how to do energy work, we learn how to do like really cool tarot stuff. We're always changing, we're always growing, we're channeling, we're doing a bunch of amazing things. And I just added a new feature where you can get daily energy healing, okay? Just random energy healing that I do daily. So definitely check that out. That can help you with your ascension, your pathway, and manifestation. All the members in our temple definitely benefit from that. Speaking about Patreon, I have a brand new deck, actually several brand new decks. This one literally came in this morning, okay? So I'm ready to crack it open. Tonight at 7 p.m. EST, we are going to be doing a live tarot reading for our Patreon members. And if you're interested in being part of that, asking your own questions, being in a live with me and the rest of our community, checking out this brand new deck, which is amazing. It's totally different than all my other decks that I have up here. Then you know what to do. Go ahead, check out the link in the description below, become a patron, and support the cause. Together, we can make the world better. All right. So let's get into this. All right. So today's going to be like a little bit of a different reading for the public, since I'm going to be doing that really advanced one. We're doing a full moon. Oops. We're doing a full moon reading, right? So we're going to be starting off right over here. So I'm going to be using my Native American tarot deck, because these bad boys always hook me up with the truth. They don't even care how you feel about the truth. They're just like, yo, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So right now, you need to focus on manifestation. One of pipes basically tells you that you are in this really meditative state, okay? So like the pipe has to do with like tobacco or marijuana. Like if you don't smoke, well, let me fill you in, all right? When you do a tobacco ceremony, you connect to the spirits of the other worlds and you amplify your manifestations, okay? When you smoke marijuana, and you apply that into your spirituality, you dive deeper into the psychic realms of the self, okay? So whether you are like a rapé user, somebody who likes tobacco, even if you don't smoke tobacco and you do rapé, for instance, it's still gonna be the same kind of energy. You're gonna be really gravitating this energy into your reality, okay? If you're more of a marijuana seeker, then this is all about you harnessing your intuition and being in alignment with that intuition, okay? But let's find out what the earth has to say for us. Ooh, the Weaver, okay? So the Weaver has to do with number 14, which has to do with Adonai, or God, right? And like God's source. So basically, the Weaver is telling you that right now you are literally weaving, okay, your reality, okay? You're putting your reality in order the exact way that you want it. So right now, it's super, super important for you to really focus on what you want and not the things that you do not want, all right? It's so heavily critical. Now let's go ahead and look at the sun over here. They're telling you change is necessary with 5, okay? Because 5 has to do with like not only just changing yourself, but changing your environment and changing the things that most are important to you, all right? So you really need to put yourself in that position of recognizing that you're in the spiritualist mode. You're really, really in tune with manifestation and bending reality right now. Doesn't matter who you are, if you're inexperienced, it's time for you to really start focusing on the fact that your thoughts create things. All right. And if you're not focusing on the things that you want to create, then you're going to be creating the things that you don't want. All right. So a lot of times people are like, I don't want like lack of abundance, but for some reason that's all they're focusing on. Right. So focus on the fact that you have yourself taken care of. The universe has got you gravy. Everything's amazing. Okay. But you need to remember that your biggest issue right now is anger. Like you have some anger there that needs to come out to the surface. That anger might be tied to family, might be tied to friends, might be tied to your personal relationship with yourself. And sometimes it might even mean that it's a relationship with someone that you're romantically involved with, okay? So there's a lot of shifting energies right now. People are starting to have a deeper insight on their twin flames, their soulmates that they may have most recently met. They're probably in a relationship right now and they're trying to figure out whether or not, they can make this relationship better. Maybe you have been struggling with, family affairs and you're not really sure how to let that go. Maybe you're haunted by your past. Maybe your dad was an asshole as a kid. You don't talk to him anymore, but still somehow that has weight over your reality. You really need to understand that anger, okay, under the full moon and manifestation, anger is only going to do what? It's going to manifest more and weave more of that same reality. So what you need to do is you need to focus on change. Forgive that person if you have to forgive that person. Forget that person if you need to forget that person. Come to a conclusion where you know that your truth is your truth and it is what it is, okay? Because your abundance right now is at the forefront and your abundance is not going to wait for you to get your shit together, okay? You need to put your shit online. By the next new moon, another 5 shows up and is the warrior woman, saying that you're going to come out on top. You're going to get exactly what you are looking for. You just need to stay focused and necessarily focus on this right here. The warrior woman also tells you don't be afraid of success or failure, okay? Because sometimes when we're making massive changes, which the full moon is all about change, like you are manifesting now for a full cycle. If you were asking for a better career, if you were asking for a different life in general, it's here, it's coming, all right? Like, especially after the Leo gateway, like the Lion's Gate, that put a lot of heavy energy here. And now we're solidifying that manifestation even deeper. So you really need to focus on, okay, I got it. I'm not going to be afraid. No matter how hard it is for me to make that shift, then I'm going to make that shift. This card right here is also telling you, you need to look at the shifts that you're going to be making, right, in your environment. And you need to make sure, hey, what things are making me feel like I'm being dragged? What things are happening in my reality where I feel angry? Maybe you have services on your list of, things that you provide to the community that no longer make you happy. Cut them out of the way, all right? Maybe you're working with people who no longer make you happy. Find a way around that. There is always an answer. You are the final catalyst that ends up creating everything in your reality. Another 5, okay? Super huge. Their environment is changing. Not just your environment, but the environment of the earth. So you really need to pay attention. This right here, stickball, means like chess, basically. So if you're not good at chess, maybe like brush up on it a little bit, but basically you are making moves to conquer what you want to conquer in your reality. So just make sure that you are letting go of the anger, because that's all that really matters right now. And don't focus on, how things are going to pan out, okay? Because this card right here with the sun has to do with ascension, and that card over there has to do with weaving. Both of them, the sand painter has to basically do some form of art or weaving himself while he's drawing in the sand, right? He has to have like an architecture. But you need to understand that like you can't be afraid of how things are going to pan out. You need to know what it is that you want, make moves towards that, and just keep making moves, all right? Letting go of the anger, all right? Finding your abundance, finding your zen, your intuitive center, and going after that. How things play out, that's not really for right now. Like, they're going to work out. You know where you're going. You know things are going to work out. Don't get super caught up on the details. Right now is the time for you to, look, the Chief of Pipes and the Ace of Pipes. The Chief of Pipes is basically telling you like it's time for you to sit down and do some meditation, really focus on the creations that you're making. That's something that a lot of people don't actually realize when we're manifesting or creating things. A lot of times we hear, oh, pretend that you already have it and it'll come, right? It's already yours, right? And a lot of people are like, well, how am I gonna be able to, you know, manifest a lover if I don't have the lover? How am I supposed to feel like I have the lover if I don't have the lover, right? Well, it's an illusion, all right? If you can easily create the thought of I lack, you can easily create the thought of I have. Most people complicate it. You don't have to necessarily convince yourself. You just need to know that what you already want is already yours and it's on your way. Great example. If you're looking to get a car, right? Instead of saying, I don't have that car, I want that car, I'm going to work towards that car, you can easily say, I already own that car is already mine. Like, I'm not stressing out about it. I'm already driving that car. Everything's in alignment. And then again, not worrying how that's going to pan out. And also not being angry. I keep kicking this. My bad. And also not being angry when things are happening. This is a full moon cycle, okay? So like there's going to be some patience needed to get to the next level of what you want. So have that patience. Now, just make sure you pay attention to the smoke signals. Like, don't be idle right now. Now's not the time to be idle. You need to make movements, okay? It's not just about meditating my things into existence. It's about meditation and action. If you want that car, all right, great. Meditate that car into reality, knowing that it's yours already. And when, hey, something shows up and it says, hey, it's time to go purchase that car, you can't second guess yourself. You have to go after that goal, all right? This is the final judgment of the new moon, of the full moon, sorry. And you need to understand that doing this, you need to be calm. You need to be able to temper yourself. Don't burn yourself out. If you do burn yourself out, you're going to heavily regret it because it's going to cause you a lot of issues in the future, okay? So have the pace that you need. Focus, make moves, don't waste your energy. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive into the cosmos, beach. All right, so I want you to pick a planet, all right? Saturn, Venus, Uranus, Pluto, Mercury, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, or Neptune, or you can even pick the sun, all right? If you wanted to, and you don't feel like you're vibing with any of these planets, you can pick any of the quadrants out here, or you can pick all the quadrants out here, and they will be able to tell you. But really right now, you want to pick the first planet that calls out to you. I've been drawn to Jupiter for a while, and I've also been drawn to Pluto and Saturn as well. So those are the energies that are happening right now in my reality. So we're going to go ahead, and we're going to grab my cloud deck. All right. So this is a little bit different kind of reading than I normally do, just because there's so much energy. There's really nothing else we need to be doing right now but like manifesting and making action. So that's why there's not a lot of different kinds of decks, and like pick the deck that you actually need right now because that's what's happening. All right. So let's go ahead and dive deep into this. Jupiter. It's time to return. If you pick Jupiter, this is soul energy, all right? The Sturgeon Moon is basically telling you that you need to replenish your soul in some shape or form. That's the key to your abundance. Jupiter has to do with abundance, okay? So like there's something in your soul that is not fully embracing the maximum amount of abundance that you have, okay? That happens very often. People like come off of their like divine path, maybe because they got distracted by something. It's no big deal. Just recognize that you need to be focusing on your soul right now. What does that mean? It means, hey, what do you want in your life right now? All right. If you don't want to work with people anymore, then don't work with people anymore. Like create a new business out of it. Like make small, steady movements from the first spread that we read, right? And just keep manifesting that. Whatever it is that you want, it's possible right now. It's up to you to make sure that you are a conscious creator and you're bringing that energy into your reality. Now we're going to do Mars. If you picked Mars, Mars is telling you that you have the shot, all right? So Mars has to do with movement, travel, fire energy, creation, war, okay? So shot is telling you that you have what you want right in your eyes, like right in the sight of your depths of your core, of your personality, and you're about to make that shot. Make the shot. If you've been thinking about going on vacation, you best be on vacation already, girl. If you haven't gone on vacation, it's time to like drop everything else and go on vacation, all right? Don't let COVID stop you. Be conscious, wear a mask when you need to wear a mask, but you need to really ground yourself and enjoy your life. Remember, there is only one life, this life right here, okay? We have multiple lifetimes, but where are we right now? We're right here. We're watching this video right now. So focus on this life, okay? Even if you're in the Jupiter realm, it's not about tapping into past lives to unlock abundance. It's about tapping into the core essence of your soul in this present moment and asking yourself, what the fuck do you actually want in your reality, and actually making everything happen to get there. So now Venus has the Antojai card, and this is the human Antojai card. There's various ones that I have in my decks. So this Antojai card is basically telling you right now it's all about loving the cravings of life. Venus has to do with love and relationships and growing, okay? So Antojai has to do with the cravings of life, becoming so magical that your life just manifests without any issue, okay? You just think about it, you have it happen, okay? That's literally how my life works. That's why I've definitely dedicated myself to the work of Antojai, because the Antojai energy has literally changed my life and the life of hundreds of people, thousands of people, literally all around the world. And it's just really powerful. Enjoy the cravings of life, all right? That's why they're telling you, hey, if you picked Venus, it's very similar to this energy, these energies. We're all focusing on something different, but it's the same vibration overall. What do you want at the core of your soul? What kind of movements do you want to make? What do you love that's going to bring out the cravings of your life? It's all the same message, really. Uranus. If you picked Uranus, right now is a moment for you to stop. Stop what you're about to do. You're probably about to make a major shift. You're about to make a major decision. Don't do it right now. Just wait a second. Take a second to think it over. Take a second to ask why you actually want this. And ask yourself, is this positive change, or is it going to cause you some more strife later on the road, all right? Saturn is the year that is ruling everything this year. Saturn is the energy that is controlling all of 2020, all right? So when the maze comes up, it's telling everybody, really, especially those people who picked out the Saturn planet, that you are really diving into your soul, all right? And you're navigating the depths of your soul so you can really understand why you're here, what you're going to do next, and why it had to happen the way it happened. People that are going to be going through this energy right here have to understand that it's real easy for you to get caught up in your head, all right, and become very self-defeatist, meditating on why things happened and how things came to be. You really need to understand that it's not about woes, it's not about anything else other than focusing on like, okay, let me declutter my soul. Do some meditations where you're asking yourself just a straight up question and wait for an answer. A lot of times I sit down and I ask myself, what do I really want? And I just shut my mouth. And eventually I hear my voice say, well, I really want XYZ. And I'm not thinking about it. That's my soul telling me what I actually want. It's my decision from there on out to make a movement out of it. Mercury. If you picked Mercury, there are a lot of thoughts coming out. You might be really, really creative right now. You have this creative boost and you're like, whoa, got to take care of all these different things, going to go after all these different things. You need to really understand, temper yourself, like the moon reading just told you. Temper yourself. Write down all your ideas. Buy a planner. Put your ideas in a planner. Tackle things one day at a time. And also cater to yourself in the fashion of saying, hey, I'm not going to burn myself out. Remember, I'm not going to burn myself out. That's the mantra. You need to ask yourself, maybe you hustled too hard. How can you stop hustling so that you don't have those stages of burnout or those stages where you feel angry, right? For everybody else, like, you might be feeling angry with the change that's coming from Uranus because you need to pause and take care of your shit, right? You might be feeling angry because you're not living abundantly within your soul. You might be feeling angry because you haven't made that trip yet. You might be feeling angry because you feel like you don't know yourself. You need to put yourself in that position, like the original full moon in the center had told us. Let go of the anger. It's chess right now. We're playing a game. It's about movement, all right? All of this is about movement. Whether it's movement, diving into yourself, travel, making sure that you organize yourself, going deeper within, pursuing your life cravings, or just taking a quick second to make sure you're not making a mistake, all right? So, Earth. Earth has to do with big, all right? This one goes for everybody. Right now, your foundations, Earth, okay, your foundations are changing massively. You cannot change the wave that's coming towards you. Like, if you end up stopping right now, whatever it is that you're doing, and you don't continue to fortify your foundations, you're gonna regret it, all right? By the way, if you're looking for one-on-one coaching because you want to go ahead and you want to tap into your soul essence, you want to learn how to bend time, you want to learn how to do telepathy, you want to learn how to read people's shadows and heal them in minutes, literally becoming the maximum healer that blows away other people, and you master your career as a divine light worker, even an ascended master, check out the links in the description below and I will hook you up with a free clarity call so we can go ahead and dive into your purpose and like where you're at and what your goals are and how we're gonna get you there, all right? So don't miss out. The time is now to act. If you've been thinking about making movements in your career, hey, I got you, okay? I made 6 figures, like, living my life. This is what I do. I do what I love. I live Antojai. I live my cravings of life. I will help you do the same because you have so much to offer and you're probably not even tapping into it yet. Neptune. Woo! The sleep card comes out in Neptune, all right? And when the sleep card comes out in Neptune, it's basically telling you, hey, your psychic abilities right now, you don't need to be working on them super crazy. Like, they are in flux. You just need to stay connected to them, but they're amplified. If you just listen right now, your life will become easier because everything in the cosmos is talking to you. Yesterday I got in a car. Yesterday was a full moon, right? So like I was supposed to pick up my new baby, my new puppy tomorrow, or today, technically tonight. And out of nowhere, the guy's like, I'm gonna be there at 1 a.m. So you're just gonna have to be there. I had to jump in the car and drive 3 hours. I was in the middle of making dinner and I couldn't finish my dinner because I had to get to making my trip to the puppy. I was annoyed, but I kept catching myself and saying, hey, I'm not gonna be angry because it's a full moon right now. I'm gonna keep manifesting shit like this if that's what's up, okay? So I'm just gonna keep focusing on my affirmations. This is happening for a reason. I'm getting my baby under the full moon. That's a really great sign. Find the joy in your life. That's something that a lot of people miss. Like, every situation that you have a choice. You can make that choice salty as fuck, or you can make that choice amazing as hell, okay? So you need to be able to say, like, no matter what's going on right now, no matter how stressful things are getting, no matter how inconvenient things are getting, no matter how chaotic things are, I'm gonna find joy, I'm gonna find calm, I'm gonna find peace in this moment because I am the creator. Yeah. Pluto. If you pick Pluto, Pluto's straight up telling you abundance is all the way on the way. You don't have to worry about nothing, okay? This all has to do with abundance. If you feel like all of this vibrates with you, great, amazing, all right? Like, you didn't just have to pick one planet, but hey, sometimes you do. Finally, the Sun Ascension, all right? Ascension has to do with like the 6th dimension, really understanding how to bypass this reality and let go of the things that no longer serve you. So the voice is telling you, you need to spend some time authentically asking yourself, what is it that you are doing where is it that you're going, why you are doing that. Now, we go ahead and we look at this. The last major card is the Nothing card. It means emptiness. It means the void. It means the source of all creation, the collection of all creation. Right now, we are going through like a gateway. It's a very powerful gateway. And this gateway does not care whether or not you want to put in positive energy or negative energy. It's going to give you exactly what you want. So you need to really understand, this is why, again, soul energy, all right? You need to look into the mirror. Look at yourself as a mirror. What in your reality is not playing out the way you want it to play out? And then fix that, change that, make a move around that, okay? We're gonna use the yin cloud. I'm gonna shuffle these bad boys. Or well, I call them the bad girls because the other ones are like the bad boys. All right. So remember the planet that you had. And first we're going to do the outer rim. So if you pick the outer rim, this is for you next, okay? You need to understand that you're dealing with a major illusion. That could be like your own self-defeatist mentality. It can be like you're stuck in 3D. It can be that like, you know, you just refuse to look at the truth for what it is. That is a loop that is literally on play right here. Like, it's a loop. These two cards are literally tied to the 8th chakra, which has to do with transcendence, okay? The shadow, okay? You need to look in your shadow. That's why you're on a loop in the illusion itself. And it has to do with love, all right? So maybe you notice that like you're in love with someone and that person may not have the same kind of emotions towards you. Maybe you realize that, you know, you're not loving yourself enough. Like, I went on my vacation this past week and I went off grid. And one of the things I did was I took magic mushrooms while I was there. One of my really great friends ended up giving it to me as a gift just to kind of like get away. Took the mushrooms, connected to my ancestors, and my ancestors were just real with me. They were like, yo, like, why are you doing these things to yourself? What is that you want? Like, you don't accept yourself fully in every area of your life. Why don't you do that? Had to do with love. It was a pattern that I had, okay, that was causing a certain kind of illusion in my reality because it was focused in my shadow, okay? Sometimes that has to do with our personal self. Other times it has to do with another person, all right? This is the thing that has to be unlocked in your reality for you to fully make a major shift. So don't you dare stop doing what you need to do. Because remember, time is only an illusion. This right here is another 8th chakra, okay? 8th chakra, 8th chakra, 8th chakra, 5th chakra. This one has to do, again, 8th chakra. There's a lot of 8th chakra. If you pick the outer rims, you need to transcend. Whatever the hell it is that you have to do, it is transcendence time, okay? Because the universe wants you to unlock. This one has to do with the 12th chakra. The universe wants you to unlock what it is that you have there and reap the benefits of it. Time is usually telling you that sometimes things happen and the struggle of the journey is only there because you created the struggle. Like, a lot of times we believe, hey, I want to get that car, but it's going to take me a couple years. I'm going to have to hustle. I'm going to have to do this. I'm going to have to do that just to get to the car, right? But really, like, why'd you create it that way? You could have created a thought that said, I'm going to get that car by the end of the year and it's going to be easy. It's going to come in the most unexpected ways and I'm going to be mind blown at how it presents itself to me, all right? That's something you really need to pay attention to. Also, it's because there's a lot of water movement energy. If you're a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, I think it's Scorpio as well, then hey, it's time for you to really, really tap into your alchemy. Especially if you're an Antojai Alchemy student, like, for sure, it's time for you to really tap into this energy. There's a lot of movement energy, a lot of manifestation energy, a lot of third eye energy that's out here telling you what's really good, okay? So that's one of the things that you really just got to focus on right now. Like, make your shift. So the next cards that we're going to be pulling out are the Isis deck. The Isis deck. Say what? Say what? All right, so the Isis deck. Let's see what's happening here. This is going to go for everyone. All right, and these are going to go on top of whatever it is that you already picked out. We're going to start with the Antojai card. Truths Unveiled is the card that's coming out there, okay? So the revelations are coming to you about the cravings about your life. Maybe you want to travel the world, right? Like, one of my friends made a really great point to me the other day. If you know Gavin from Wake Up Fulfilled, he's got some stuff sometimes. He really just pointed out to me, like, if you want to have a certain lifestyle, like people who say that they want to be a millionaire, for instance, like just giving you an example, people who want to be a millionaire, right? You can be a millionaire and not have $1 million. You can have a millionaire's lifestyle, right? So how are you being rigid with your cravings of life? Do you want to be traveling more, or can you only do that like once a year, or can you make shifts that you can just travel whenever you want? That's something you have to really realize. Where are you becoming rigid? And let those truths come out to you. Let them present themselves and show you where you're not living maximum in your cravings of life. Like, if you're not living maximum, what are you doing? You're wasting this life. That's what's up. That's what's up. So then we have the center right here. This is the Temple of Black Obsidian, the Ascension, okay? Basically, the Temple of Black Obsidian is telling you that you need to look at your shadow, okay? These are both 2 shadow cards. Look at your shadow and love it, all right? You need to love that shadow. Maybe there's parts of you that you think are just like horrible. Like, everyone has something about them that they just feel like it's just probably the worst thing about them at all. And it might make you a bad person in your eyes. But love that portion of you. The universe is dualistic. That's one of the things through Ascension. A lot of people want to focus on just light, or just shadow, just shadow, just shadow. And they don't really want to recognize that they're both, right? Like, with the shadow comes the light. So it has to be this integration of saying, all right, I have certain qualities that may be seen negative, but I don't let these qualities run me anymore. I'm going to love myself, right? Like, my ancestors told me, like, you hustle, but you don't accept. Some of the things you create, you do not accept. That is you not loving yourself, essentially. So I'm going to love my shadow. I'm going to make sure that I break that transcendence cycle and I fulfill my soul towards my abundance, because that's just what's up. Jupiter, all right? Jupiter is straight up abundance. There's a lot of abundance and manifestation coming towards everybody, all right? So you need to make sure that you are on top of that, all right? Because it ain't waiting for you. It's going to be happening regardless. If you don't claim your abundance, somebody else will. The Eye of Horus with the shot, okay? With Mars. Mars and the Eye of Horus basically are telling you, hey, like, really, like, focus on your subconscious. Like, pay attention to your subconscious. What are the subconscious beliefs that you have that play on repeat, all right? You need to focus on that. One of the things that I ended up doing while I was on my mushroom trip, I created a bunch of timers on my phone, and those timers each are related to like a certain affirmation. So at a certain time, a timer goes off, it has a little affirmation tied to it, and I read that affirmation, and it allows me to like step into a higher realm of reality. For these two, it's going to be the same card. It has to do with soul retrieval. Not soul retrieval in the 3D sense of that you've been victimized. It has to do with soul retrieval and understanding that the next changes that are coming that are intuitively driven towards you are focused on your soul. Like, you need to harness your soul to really understand what's going on. But still, your mind is full of a bunch of dark mysteries. You need to make sure that you push past those dark mysteries, because that's what's going to really open up the talisman of potency. It's going to open up all of your power. And it's going to put you in the ascension state. You're going to really understand the full power of how powerful you are. You need to let certain things die so that you can evolve. Let some things die, freeze, change, break the cycle. And understand that this all has to do with heavy, heavy magic, because you're in the high priestess energy, all right? you are in a ceremonial mode. You are creating ceremonies right now without you even realizing it. A ceremony doesn't have to be you like, you know, burning a candle and like doing incantations. It can be strictly just being alive, okay? That is the greatest ritual of all, the greatest alchemy of all, because you created that, right? So like, wow. Ultimately, this is the spirit of Isis that's telling you what's really good, okay? So pay attention to that. So this is our Tarot Tuesday for the Sturgeon Moon. Don't forget that if you want to check out my new deck, I actually got a couple new ones and I'm going to be premiering them. I have an LGBTQ deck that I'm going to be premiering. It's really kind of raunchy if you're into that stuff. Then I have these new cloud deck that are completely brand new meanings, totally different than the ones that I've shown you before. Really amazing stuff. And I actually have a couple other decks too. So if you're really ready to dive even deeper and you want to ask me a question about your life while checking out and channeling this new deck right here, you know what to do. Check out that link in the description below. Become a patron, support the cause, become part of the mission. We are warriors, and when warriors gather together, they group together. What do? They create an army. It's time for you to bring yourself into your own power. If you can't do it by yourself, do it with your team. There's nothing wrong with doing it with your team. Choose your ascended master and find that vibration. Don't forget to give this video a comment, a like, a share, and subscribe. I'm sending you all my love, and I will see you on Patreon.